Welcome everybody. Welcome to the first English Sanki Global product and business presentation. Now Sanki is a 3-year-old company and we got an amazing track record of success. But you heard me right. This is the first English presentation. What does that tell you? It tells you that the market, the English market, is absolutely untouched. It's absolutely untapped. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit, if you're a pioneer, hang on to your seat. You're going to love this information. Sanki is an amazing company, and it's an honor for me to share this information and tell the Sanki story. We got a blue ocean of opportunity. What does Sanki mean anyway? Well, Sanki is actually 2 Japanese words put together. San, or son, is the word for respect in Japanese. If I went to Japan, they would say Peter's son. If you remember the Karate Kid, it was Daniel's son. Ki means spiritual energy or spirit. In Chinese and Korean, they say chi. But in Japan, it's ki. So Sanki is respect for spirit. And why is it a Japanese word? Well, it's because our company has Japanese origins. Alex Lopez-Teo is an international businessman who actually has 10 years experience in the network marketing industry. Alex got involved in network marketing in 2003. And he started as a distributor. You know, he had built an organization of a few thousand people over 2 years. And he took a list of items that needed to be fixed to corporate executives of the company he was working with. And unfortunately, they didn't take him seriously. And you know, Alex decided to resign, and he decided to become an owner. In 2005, Alex became the owner of a network marketing company with 2 of his partners. So it's an amazing situation because Alex has the experience from both sides, from the distributor side and from the ownership side, from the corporate side. Now, Alex was also recognized in 2009 as in the top 10 entrepreneurs in the country. He was recognized by Expansion Magazine, a magazine owned by Time Warner. Now, Alex went to Japan in October of 2009, and in Japan he connected with Dr. Brigitte Adeas. Dr. Brigitte Adeas is Franco-Japanese, and you know, he's the president of the Japanese Antioxidant Society. He's one of the directors of the Louis Pasteur Institute of Scientific Research, a world-renowned institute. He's also one of the founders of the World Stevia Association, and is also the CEO of a 20-year-old Franco-Japanese laboratory who are pioneers and the authority in nanotechnology and fermentation technology. They produce the latest generation in nutrition, and they actually also manufacture active ingredients for pharmaceuticals or a pharmaceutical grade lab. And you know, their focus for most of their history was to create and manufacture active ingredients. And then they would sell those active ingredients to marketing companies who would include them in their products. So the laboratory always focused on the science, on real science and real technology. However, in the 2008-2009 world economic crisis, you know, they took note that the traditional business model is fragile. And you know, they start to look at other methods of distribution, and for the first time in their history, they became a part of a marketing company. You know, Alex and Dr. Adeas got together in Tokyo. This picture was taken in Tokyo, Japan, and that's when Sanki was born. For the first time in the 20-year history of this Franco-Japanese laboratory, a $200 million laboratory, they were getting involved with a marketing arm, and that marketing arm is Sanki. Okay. Now, we started off with a 3-year incubation and gestation period in Mexico. Mexico is the 6th largest network marketing country in the world. And you know, we took 3 years, and we've had tremendous success in those first 3 years. But you know, we're ironing out the bugs, getting the system to work smoothly. And now it's time for global expansion. And of course, we want to expand into the U.S. And our offices in the United States are in Las Vegas. Our corporate executives, our president and CEO, is Jeffrey Boyle. Jeffrey also has a wealth of experience in the network marketing industry, and like Alex, on both sides, as a distributor where he built large organizations, and also as a founder and owner, corporate executive with a company. Philip New is our COO. They work together. And you know, the great thing about Jeff and Philip, apart from their experience in network marketing, is the fact that they're team players. They work as a team with the field leaders. They understand that they've got to provide the tools that we need to continue to grow. And they're also, of course, very educated and have the know-how in terms of logistics and administration. So we're in really good hands. I feel we're in really good hands for our U.S. expansion. And from the U.S., we're going to go global, completely global. That's why it's Sanki Global. Now, Sanki's based on a blue ocean strategy. What's a blue ocean strategy? Well, it's actually part of the curriculum in Harvard Business School. Harvard Business Publishing actually published a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy. And interestingly enough, one of the authors of this book is on the advisory committee of the laboratory who are our partners. What is a blue ocean strategy? Well, it simply means capturing new market through innovation and through creativity, setting yourself apart from the competition through technology. In that way, your competition is trying to figure out what you did 10 years ago when you're figuring out what you're going to do 10 years from now. And the Japanese philosophy, which we're bringing to the Americas, is to think long term. There are more companies in Japan that are over 100 years old than any other country in the world. There's over 20,000 companies in Japan that are over 100 years old. So they really think long term. Interestingly enough as well, there are more people over the age of 100 years old in Japan than any other country in the world. So we're in really good hands, and we're doing some serious stuff here. Now, the mission statement for Sanki is that we are a global source of well-being dedicated to helping individuals evolve in order to achieve their true life's purpose. And isn't that what network marketing is all about? Putting the power into people's hands, enabling people to not only live a life, but design a life, to fulfill their life's purpose. Well, that's our mission statement. And we have numerous aspects to our business. As mentioned, cutting-edge technology, the latest generation in nutrition, completely unique products here in the Americas. We have the exclusive rights to the active ingredients that our partners manufacture in countries where they don't have clients. We have the network marketing rights in the countries where they have sold their active ingredients to different companies, like in Europe and in Japan. But we do have the network marketing rights to those countries as well. Unsurpassed support, an integrated wellness program, and an incredible business plan with a very duplicatable system, a training system, inspirational system that's ongoing. And what we're doing is the company's paying out 50% of the wholesale price of the product. Not up to 50%, always 50%, without breakage. So it's a very generous plan that people can build a career around. Is there a need for our products? Well, of course, you have to have a need for your product or else you don't have a business. And there is a tremendous need for our products, tremendous. Unfortunately, we're living in a very, toxic environment, through synthetics, through our diet, through saturated fats, through radiation of cell phones and pesticides and atmospheric contamination, sun rays, ultraviolet rays, even metals in transitional metals. They're very toxic. And the thing is, it's not necessarily the toxins that are the problem. It's the fact that we accumulate toxins in our body and we don't have the ability to eliminate them. And the toxins accumulate in the deepest levels of the body. Inside the cells, inside the mitochondria of the cell. And the thing is, as these toxins accumulate, we get chronic degenerative diseases. And that's a big issue. That's a big issue. We need to be able to clean out our body from the deepest levels. And yes, there are a lot of antioxidants on the market, but how absorbable are they? Do they reach the cell? Do they reach the mitochondria? The mitochondria, targeting that mitochondria today is the holy grail in science. And you know what? We have the technology to be able to do that. As a matter of fact, we have an active ingredient that is the only active ingredient in the world shown to function inside the mitochondria. And that's thanks to our scientific division, which is now Sanki Mayer. Sanki Mayer has operations in France, we have operations in Japan, we have operations in Mexico, now in the United States. And one of the things that's by design that's really interesting, very intelligently, our scientific division select ingredients that have been in our diet for thousands of years. Why is that? Because if an ingredient or a plant has been in our diet for thousands of years in the majority of the population, then our DNA can recognize that plant, that ingredient, and be able to utilize it. It knows what to do with it. It's able to process it properly. So let's talk about some of our active ingredients. Our first one is Orisod enzyme 3. Orisod stands for olive, rosemary, increase, SOD. SOD is superoxide dismutase. We'll talk about that in a second. It's based on olive leaf extract and rosemary extract. Now, if you research rosemary and olive leaf on Google, you'll find that the scientific community has done a lot of studies on these two plants, and they have been shown to have tremendous benefits to the human body. Now, what we're doing is we're cultivating our own olive leaf. We're cultivating our own rosemary. We have plantations in Spain and in France. 100% organic, no genetic modification. We even have Japanese irrigation technology which increases the concentration of nutrients in the leaves. Our rosemary has 3 times more nutrients than standard rosemary in the market. So 2 plants proven to have tremendous benefits to the human body. And now what we're able to do is apply technology to these extracts, and the first technology is fermentation technology, which is very important, has 15 years of research and development, so that we can take the antioxidants and nutrients in these leaves and make them extremely bioavailable. So we cultivate the leaves, we have a laboratory in France, we extract the nutrients using an aqueous process, which means there's no hydrocarbons used. So they're very natural, very rich, very potent. And then what we do is we apply this fermentation technology to increase the bioavailability. Our body needs to ferment nutrients before utilizing them. So when you're able to ferment nutrients before ingesting them, it's a big benefit, especially for people who have problems with digestion and absorption. People with digestive problems will still receive the full benefit of our products because our active ingredients use this fermentation technology. So Orisod enzyme 3 is a high technology antioxidant compound derived from olive leaf extract and rosemary extract. It's the latest generation of nutraceuticals. Then we take that active ingredient and we apply nanotechnology. What is nanotechnology? Well, a nanometer is a measurement. It's quite simple, really. It means working with material and substances at a very minuscule level, a very small level. To give you an idea, a virus is 24 to 30 nanometers in size. 24 to 30. A nanometer is 1/millionth of a millimeter, if you can imagine. Can you imagine dividing a millimeter in 1 million parts? Well, that's a nanometer. And when nutrients are reduced in size to such a minuscule scale, atoms and molecules develop a stunning and powerful property, which are new and unique. So we're taking the olive leaf extract and the rosemary extract. It's passing through a nanotechnology process, through a fermentation process, which gives us the ability to reach the deepest levels in the body, the mitochondria, the holy grail in scientific research today. So we have these extracts that have gone through the fermentation process, and we're encapsulating them into these nanospheres. These nanospheres are trademarked and patented as ADS, Advanced Delivery System, which takes the nutrients through the bloodstream to the cell. They can then penetrate the cell and penetrate the mitochondria, neutralize the toxins and the free radicals at the deepest levels of the body, reactivating our master antioxidants. Now, our body produces enzymes called SOD, superoxide dismutase, and glutathione. These 2 enzymes are master antioxidants. They're much more powerful than any other antioxidant that you'll find on the externally on the market. And these enzymes maintain the mitochondria clean, the cell clean on an ongoing basis. And with our product, we're able to reactivate the SOD and glutathione in the body. So through these nanocapsules, we have controlled delivery time. which takes the nutrients to specific sites in the body where it's needed most. And it's also protected from stomach acid so that we can get full benefit. What's happening here is we're getting 99.9% absorption of the nutrients. You know, if you buy capsules and tablets in the vitamin store, you're only going to absorb 5 or 10, maybe 20% of what you're buying. The rest you flush down the toilet. Here, you're getting your bang for your buck. Talk about value. You're absorbing 99.9% of the nutrients at the cellular and mitochondrial level. A lot of bang for your buck. Apart from the fact that we're reaching the deepest levels in the body, the rosemary extract has nutrients which are really special. They're multiple action antioxidants. You know, if we compare them to vitamin E, one molecule of vitamin E can neutralize one free radical, and then it's done. But the antioxidants, in rosemary have a multiple action effect, which means that one molecule of rosemary antioxidant can neutralize 4 toxins. That makes it 400% more effective and more powerful than, for instance, vitamin E. And that's incredible because we're delivering these powerful antioxidants, these multiple action antioxidants, into the deepest levels of the body and neutralizing the toxins and allowing the body and helping the body eliminate these toxins completely. So what are the benefits? Well, Orisod enzyme 3 is being imported from Europe to the Americas by Sanki. And our brand is called Belage, which means beautiful age, because it's an antioxidant, anti-aging product. Now, with this product, again, we reactivate the natural master antioxidant enzymes in the body. We improve circulation, microcirculation and macrocirculation within our bloodstream, reducing caramelization. We also are increasing the cellular hydration, which is very important, because as the mitochondria reactivate, they start burning sugar and fat again. You know, a mitochondria is an oven. It's the ovens in our cells. That's where we produce our energy. The mitochondria burn sugar and fat to produce energy, and a byproduct of that is water. Now what starts to happen with age as we're accumulating toxins is the mitochondria get full of these toxins and there's microinflammation. And when the mitochondria are inflamed, they stop functioning, which means what? They start burning sugar and fat. Now luckily we have a lot of mitochondria in our body. As a matter of fact, they say that the dry weight of the human body is almost 50% mitochondria. You can imagine that. Now with time, if they keep shutting down, suddenly we have an abundance of sugar and fat in the body, and that's when degenerative diseases start taking hold. So our brand is Belage, and that also increases energy because as the mitochondria reactivate and start producing more energy, you feel more energy. And it's natural energy. We're not talking about stimulation. We're not talking about stimulants. We're not talking about the central nervous system. There are absolutely no stimulants in this product whatsoever. But what it does is clean out the body, cleans house, if you will, keeps the house clean, and enables the body to metabolize sugar and fats at a much more efficient rate. And you don't need much of it. One stick envelope, which has 100 milligrams of the active ingredient, Orisod enzyme 3, has 14, and I don't use this word very often, 14 quadrillion, which is 1,000 trillion nanospheres of nutrients and antioxidants which are delivered to where we need them most to reactivate the master antioxidants. And that's enough to nourish our entire body. One envelope, one portion is enough to nourish our entire body. It has a lemon-lime flavor. It's sweetened with a stevia, the natural sweetener. It's 100% natural ingredients, organic, no genetic modification, and very, 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 very powerful. People get results very, very quickly. But there's a second product that I want to touch on, which has to do a lot with our diet. We talked about our environment and the toxicity. Well, one of those areas has to do with diet. Unfortunately, these days we're consuming large quantities of sugar and, of course, saturated fats. But the sugar is a major problem. They say that the human body can metabolize 15 grams of sugar a day, but people are consuming 64 kilograms a year. That's about 150 pounds a year. So instead of 15 grams a day, our body needs to deal with 10 times or more sugar. And what's that doing? It's stressing out the organs. And it's creating one of the biggest health challenges in our world today, which is metabolic syndrome, the inability to metabolize. Part of it has to do with mitochondria shutting down due to microinflammation, but a lot of it has to do with the excess of sugar and carbohydrates we have in our diet. When we take carbohydrates, what we do is we create insulin spikes, which aren't good for our health. In the morning, you have a donut, more glucose, there's an insulin spike. Have a snack, chocolate bar, more glucose, insulin spike. Lunch, high in carbohydrate, high glucose, insulin spike. And so on and so forth throughout the day, not much exercise. Now what starts to happen with these insulin spikes, they start to take a toll on the body. Your pancreas can handle this for some time, but after 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, your pancreas just, gets exhausted. It's like, I just can't anymore. It actually even starts to produce, mutated insulin. So that's a big issue. What we need to do is reduce the amount of sugars that our body is absorbing. And our second product is designed to do just that. And it utilizes something called chronobiology. Chronobiology has to do with our internal biological clock, which tells our organs when they should perform certain activities. One of these activities happens during the night when we're sleeping, and that has to do with the liver. When we're sleeping, our liver converts the carbohydrates that we consume during the day into fat. Yeah, you heard me right. When we're sleeping, our liver converts carbohydrates into fat. Now, there's a reason for that. It has to do with our evolution, but I won't get into those details. But the fact is that what's starting to happen is people are developing fatty livers. A fatty liver is not a functional liver. I thought it had to do with eating a lot of saturated fats when I first heard about fatty liver, but actually no, it has to do with the high consumption of carbohydrates during the day. So in the night, you can see here in the curve in this graph that during the night, there's a huge conversion of carb to fat due to the amount of sugar we're consuming in a day. Well, we have a second product which has to do with an active ingredient called Auxilia NR, Night Reset, which reduces the absorption of sugar and carbohydrates, which facilitates the reduction, the accumulation of fat. Why? You take this with your dinner. It's like a tea. It's very good tasting. And what happens is you absorb 25% less carbohydrates with your meal. So if you eat a plate of pasta, but you have this active ingredient with your meal, you're going to absorb 25% less carbohydrate. And of course, during the night, your liver is not going to convert as much carbohydrate to fat. And what starts to happen is your liver starts to detoxify, and it also helps reinforce your pancreas and helps produce good insulin. So what we've done, we've taken this active ingredient, which also has 10 years in the market in France and in Japan. Just like Orisod enzyme, both active ingredients have 10 years in the market, which is fantastic because not only do we have clinical studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled, live in vivo clinical studies that are peer-reviewed and published. Not only do we have all the science behind us, but we've also got a wealth of performance data. The products have been in the market for 10 years in Europe and Japan. They've been refined over the 10 years, obviously, and advanced. But we have a wealth of performance data. We know how these products perform. Now, we're importing the active ingredients to the Americas, Orisod enzyme 3. It's manufactured in Europe, but we're importing it to the Americas. Auxilia Night Reset, manufactured in Europe, but we're importing it into the Americas. And we're creating our own branded products. So Auxilia Night Reset, as mentioned, reduces carbohydrate absorption. It's an inhibitor. It also has an anti-glycemic effect, which means that it regulates the insulin and sugar levels in the body. And it reduces insulin resistance, which is very important, because if our body resists insulin, again, it's not metabolizing sugar, and it's going to cause problems. So we've created Crun Wheat. Crun Wheat has Auxilia Night Reset within it. We import the active ingredient, and this is our branded product. It's an incredible product. It uses chronobiology. That's why it's Crun Wheat. Crun is for chronobiology. Nuit is night in French. And it has all of these benefits that we've talked about. Together with Belage, it's a perfect system. 1 + 1 is equal to a more powerful system. That's our philosophy with Sanki Mayer. 1 + 1 is a more powerful team. Corporate plus distributors is a more powerful team. It's not 2, it's 1 to the nth degree. And our system is known as Chrono Wellness, the Chrono Wellness system. Crun Wheat, with the active ingredient that's derived from a black bean, it's derived from a black bean extract, has compounds in it that are very good for our body, to help our body utilize the sugar and fats consumed. And as mentioned, reduces the absorption of sugar and carbohydrates, has a great flavor, cranberry, blueberry, raspberry type flavor with stevia as well, 100% natural ingredients, organic, and just an incredible product. Now, there's over 13 million people consuming the Auxilia Night Reset active ingredient in Europe. 13 million people. And we've got the exclusive rights for these active ingredients here in the Americas. Ori Sod Enzyme 3, which is in our Belage product, has been in the Americas now for 3 years, since February 2010. Crun Wheat has been here for 1 year. 10 years in Europe and Japan, 3 years and 1 year here in the Americas. And it has 0 time in the US right now. We're in pre-launch mode. We're going to start delivering product in the middle of April, and there's a tremendous opportunity to help a lot of people with these products. With the Chrono Wellness system, you take Belage during the day. It's a powder. You mix it with ½ liter of water, lemon lime flavor. And at night, you have your Crun Wheat, which is the tea. And that's the Chrono Wellness system. These products have 3 characteristics. You can find good products in the market, but it's very difficult to find good products with these 3 characteristics. Number 1, high impact. Fast results, definitely. But number 2, it also has to be convenient and easy to take. Good tasting. And also has to be affordable. Those are the 3 ingredients. That's the holy grail in terms of having a marketable product. High impact, convenient, easy to take, and also affordable. We have all 3. We have all 3. We focus on the safety factor, quality control, in vivo clinical studies, not laboratory studies, but in vivo with live people. It was shown that with Ori Sod Enzyme 3, after 60 days, people had 51% more mitochondrial activity. Imagine, if you have 51% more ovens burning sugar and fat in your body, you're obviously going to be able to process sugar and fats in a much more efficient manner. You're going to have a lot more energy, and you're going to be healthy for a very long time. Taste value, very important. Convenience. We focus on the customer's experience. We have a kosher certification. To get that certification is not easy. You have to have all of your plants and laboratories, reviewed, visited, live, and evaluated. And we got the certification, the kosher certification for both products. Now I'm going to introduce you to somebody through images. His name is Armando. Armando's a diabetic. He was a diabetic for 10 years. He was on medications, of course. He tried all the different alternative products he could. And unfortunately, his feet got more and more painful due to lack of circulation, which is a common problem with diabetics. And his doctor, said, Armando, I'm sorry, but you're going to be in pain. He was in pain constantly. He had to walk with a cane. And finally, his doctor said, there's no hope. we're going to have to amputate your feet. No hope. Well, Armando started taking Belage about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it's incredible what happened. Take a look at this. On the left side are Armando's feet, 2.5, 3 years ago, when they were looking to amputate. You can see they're black. He was in constant pain. Here he says, "My body had turned into my coffin, longing for a day without pain, and the desire to enjoy just one more day with my body fully intact. The thought of losing my feet was unbearable." Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Thanks to Sanki, my dream was realized. Because look on the right side. He started taking the Belage product at first, only Belage, and in 3 weeks, his feet started to heal. 3 weeks. Then he added Cornwheat as well. The circulation improved. The pain went away. They canceled the operation. They didn't have to amputate his feet. He doesn't need his cane anymore. As a matter of fact, I met with Armando a couple of weeks ago, and he was literally jumping for joy, literally jumping up and down with no pain whatsoever. And this is now 2.5 years later, so it's a long-term situation. And these are the kinds of testimonials that we're experiencing. It's not an isolated incident. I've met personally 3 people who are programmed to have their feet amputated, and all 3 canceled the operations. It wasn't necessary, thanks to our products. But our products also help a lot of other conditions because it's all about self-healing. What we have is fine fuel, high-grade fuel, high-octane fuel for the cell and the mitochondria. It's high-octane cellular and mitochondrial fuel for the body. And when you can give your body that type of fuel, the body heals itself. The body is the miracle, not the product. The product is science, it's technology, it's good ingredients, a good foundation. The miracle is the human body and its capability to heal itself. So when you clean it out, when you recharge your ovens, right, the body starts to heal itself. And there are many conditions that are helped. We have amazing testimonials. It's a situation where we need to prevent illness. It's not just about helping people who have conditions. It's about not getting sick. This is the Japanese philosophy that we're bringing to the Americas. Right now in the Americas, we have a sick care system, not a health care system. They call it a health care system, but where's the focus? When do we call our doctor? When we're sick. Well, if that's the case, the focus is on the sickness and trying to cure sickness. Well, the Japanese philosophy is the opposite. They focus on health. They have a true health care system. Take care of your health. A doctor's job is to help his patients remain healthy. You speak to your doctor on an ongoing basis in Japan. And prevention is what it's all about. Dr. Adeas has come to the Americas now on several occasions and conducted conferences with thousands of doctors. This is all about education as well. And network marketing is the perfect tool for education. Now, obviously, a change in lifestyle, is recommended. Consume less sugar, highly recommended. We need to educate people, but we also have tools with these products to help our body prevent disease. It's all about prevention. A true healthcare system. I'm from Canada, I'm Canadian, and we have social medicine up there, and in Toronto they had to close down 5 hospitals. Now they didn't close down those hospitals due to a lack of sick people. We wish. No, they had to close down those hospitals due to a lack of money, a lack of funds. The current system is not sustainable. Look at the debate, the constant debate about Medicare and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. The true solution is prevention. And with these products, we can prevent. We can take measures. Of course, as well, educate people to improve their lifestyle habits. And we're bringing all of this education and this technology and these products to the U.S. as we speak. So say hi to Armando. Is a great guy, and we're so pleased that he has had these kinds of results. And again, because it's self-healing, there are many other conditions that people receive benefit through these products. I would now like to discuss the Sanki Global Revenue Shared Compensation Plan with you, which is an absolutely incredible compensation plan that's helping many people earn an extra $500 a month, $700 a month. People putting a little more effort on a part-time basis into the program are earning $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 a month part-time. Other individuals who decide to make a career out of our business have achieved financial independence in 3 years with the Sanki Global Revenue Shared Compensation Plan. So, it's a very flexible plan. You decide what you want to get out of it and how much time you have to invest, and you can really achieve your dreams. And it's all about living our dreams. This plan is about abundance. It's about the ability to design a life, not only live a life. And to that end, we obviously have income based on, cash rewards. And that income can be derived in really two different ways. One way is through traditional type business, which means direct sales, which means, you buy the product wholesale and you sell it retail. And if you buy the bigger packets, you get a better price, and so you have a higher retail profit. And you can, make money that way. It's very valid. But if you're looking for a residual income, which is what financial freedom is based on, where you can work for a certain period of time real hard to derive an income for many, many, many years into the future based on that initial work that you've performed, you need to take advantage of our fast start bonuses, our pairing bonuses, our coaching bonus, and our savings fund, our leadership bonus. Now, to do this, what we do is create a community. We're creating a community of people who are consuming this product that has a very high benefit for a very reasonable price. A lot of value in our product. So we're creating a community of consumers who are consuming a high-value product and then recommending that product to other people to grow the community, to increase the community, and have more and more people receiving the benefits of these valuable products. That's essentially what we do. We have a true network marketing model. We do not front-end load people. We do not encourage people to buy large amounts of product to start and then buy large amounts of product every month to qualify for commissions and have them accumulate product in their garage. We don't do that. We have a system that's based on personal consumption. Now, people can buy more product if they wish, if they want to. But they buy more product because they want to, not because they need to qualify for commissions. And that's a very special aspect to our compensation plan. Beyond the cash rewards, we also have incentive prizes. We have a trip to Paris for 2. We have a trip to Japan for 2. My wife and I went on both of those trips in 2011. There's a trip to Dubai. There's BMWs. You want to drive a BMW? How about a Porsche? You want to drive a Porsche? You can do that with Sanki, paid for by the company. And also, Rolexes. Have you ever dreamt of having a his and her Rolex? Well, with Sanki, beyond the income, you can also earn these prizes. So what does it take to get started with Sanki? Well, we actually have only 2 starter packs, and they're very affordable. The executive pack, $205 plus shipping and taxes. We're looking at $230. And you get 2 systems, 2 Chrono Wellness systems, which is 2 boxes of Village and 2 boxes of Chronuit. Or, if you need a little more product, you can buy the premium pack, which is $285 plus shipping and taxes, or $305 in total, which is 3 systems of Chrono Wellness. 3 boxes of Village and 3 boxes of Chronuit. Now, the Fast Start bonuses work this way. Here you are, and you've sponsored Peter. And no, I didn't design this slide, but hey, if you sponsored me and I decided to buy an executive pack, which is 2 systems or 4 boxes of product for $230, you make $20 immediately. And that's paid weekly. Now, if you help me talk to Joe and explain the value of these products to Joe, and he decides to buy wholesale instead of retail, you make $30. Now, isn't that interesting? You've made more money on Joe than you did on me, but we bought the same packet. Why is that? Because our company looked for ways to encourage people to work with their teams, to help people earn an income, to help people grow their business. So on the other side of the coin, if I decide to start with a premium pack, which is 3 Chrono Wellness Systems, 3 boxes of Belage, 3 boxes of Kern Wheat, which is 6 boxes in total, you make $30 from my premium pack. Now, if you help me go out and talk to John and he does the same thing, you make $50. Again, you made more money on John than you did for my purchase. Why? To encourage you to help me to talk to people and to build a business. So, again, you have the direct sale where you can charge people a retail price, or you can say, hey, why pay retail? You know, why pay retail when you can pay wholesale? Everybody loves a discount. Okay, so they buy the product directly from the company, they get the wholesale price, but you still make these fast start bonuses on the wholesale price. Why? Because the company's paying out 50% of the wholesale price to us, the people who are recommending this product. 50%, not up to 50%, always 50% without breakage. Now the next commission that we have is the first revenue shared compensation commission. It's based on a pool. It's based on a pool of 34% of global sales. 34% of global sales. Now, you can earn shares in that pool weekly, every week. And to earn a share in that pool, you need to have pairs of carries. Okay, these are some new terms. Let's talk about them. So, what's a carry? A carry is a 2-pack, 2 boxes. So 4 boxes is 2 carries. 8 boxes is 4 carries. With the starter pack, which is 4 boxes for the executive pack, that's 2 carries. For the premium pack, which is 3 systems, 3 boxes of each, 6 boxes in total, that's 3 carries. Because 1 carry is 2 boxes. So 6 boxes is 3 carries. You have to divide by 2, very simple. Now, what is this all about? Well, let me show you. Here you are, and you've decided to involve yourself in financial freedom, in residual income, and instead of charging everybody a retail price, you're helping people save money by paying the wholesale price. And in group 1, you helped an individual there, and he started with a premium pack. So he bought 3 systems. And in group 2, you spoke to Fred, and Fred decided he wants to buy wholesale instead of retail. And he too decided to invest in a premium pack. So he got 3 systems as well. 6 boxes. So there's 3 carries in group 1 from the first person, 3 carries in group 2. So that's 3 pairs of carries. Now a pair is a share in the pool of 34% of company sales. The average value of the share over the last 3 years, week in, week out, has been between $6.50 and $7. Now in group 3, an individual there got started with an executive pack. 4 boxes, which is 2 carries. And in group 4, that individual, the first one, the purple, got started with another executive pack. So that's 4 boxes, another 2 carries. So between group 3 and group 4, you have 2 pairs of carries. So that's another 2 shares in the pool. Each share $6.50 to $7. Now, your direct people who are in purple there can recommend the product to other people on the other side of the country. They too can purchase wholesale. They too can order a product from the company. They too can start with the premium pack, as we have here in the example with 2 blues. And that's another 3 pairs for you. And the people that you introduced also can use those purchases to create shares of their own. And that goes on to infinity. There's no limit in terms of levels as to when a purchase can be counted to generate shares or pairs for the pool. You can have purchases on level 50 in group 1, in level 100 in group 2, but those still count to create shares and earn an income through the pairing bonus. Now, we have an auto ship. Every month, people have to qualify their position to continue to receive the best price. An auto ship price is the best price. You get a discount to be on auto ship. And when people purchase their auto ship, they're fully qualified. Now, what is the auto ship? It's only one system, 2 boxes, 1 carry. That's it. It's $100 plus shipping and taxes. We're talking about $112 for the monthly auto ship. So think about this. You've got people joining the community, buying the executive pack and the premium pack. And you've got people repurchasing every 4 weeks, because each box has 27 envelopes in it. Each box is good for a month. So, a box of Crown wheat, a box of village, that's good for 1 month, each system. So every month, people are purchasing their auto ship. People are joining your community. And all those purchases are generating pairs and shares in the pool. And we have people on our team generating 100 shares a week, 150, 200. We have people generating up to 300 and 400 shares or pairs every week. Every week. Because this goes on and on and on into the depths. And there's no limit to the level at which a purchase can count to create a share in this pairing bonus. It's a very, very powerful commission. Extremely powerful commission. It's revenue shared compensation. Now, there's another commission called the coaching bonus. And this is really ingenious. Why? Because it's based on the income of your personally sponsored individuals. Why is that ingenious? Because there's more incentive to work with your team. There's more incentive to make sure that your people are making money. If they make money, you make more money. If you have an individual who's earning $500 a week, you've got a coaching bonus of $125 a week from that one individual. But there's no limit. You can sponsor 5, 10, 20, 50 people if you wanted. If they're making money through the pairing bonus, the company's going to pay you a coaching bonus that's equal to 25% of their income generated through the pairing bonus. So it pays you to help them generate pairs. It helps you to, it pays you to help them develop a business. In this example, the people in purple there generated 30 pairs. And so you earned a coaching bonus equal to 25% of those 30 pairs, which is an additional 7.5 shares or pairs in the pairing pool. Okay, so that's a coaching bonus. Ingenious. Win, win, win. Now, as I mentioned, the pay is weekly. We get paid every week. And the cycle starts Saturday, 12 a.m., finishes Friday at midnight. And the payout is each Friday afternoon. Each Friday afternoon on those first commissions. The fast start, the pairing bonus, and the coaching bonus. But there's another commission yet. And it's also based on revenue shared compensation. It's a leadership bonus or a savings fund. Now the interesting thing here is to earn this leadership bonus, you need to achieve a rank within the compensation plan. However, Sanki give us 2 months to accumulate volume to achieve our different ranks. Normally in our industry, there are plans that require you to qualify for your rank every week, which is pretty stressful because every Friday you're closing and you're trying to achieve your rank, and it gets pretty stressful. Other plans ask you to do it every month, every calendar month. At the beginning of every month you're at 0, you accumulate points for the month, and hopefully you achieved your rank. If not, too bad, you're back at 0, and so on. But with Sanki, we have 2 months. What does that mean? Much more relaxed compensation plan, a lot less closing, a lot less stress. You only have a close every 2 months, which is great. You can enjoy your business. And to talk about the ranks a little bit, you start earning a part of this 9%. This is revenue shared compensation, 9% pool on global sales. And you start sharing in this fund at duplicator, which is the turquoise rank, number 4. To be a duplicator really isn't that difficult. You need to sponsor 4 people who each sponsor 2. You introduce a product to 4 people who make a purchase, and each of them do it with 2 people, sponsor 2 people, and you're a duplicator. And now your bonus isn't that great because we're only talking about 12 people, but it's a nice dinner. Talking $80 to $100 every 2 months. Now to be bronze is the next rank where you have 35 people active who are purchasing one system every 4 weeks, which is about $100 a month, 35 people active. That's $3,500 a month in volume. Not a great deal of volume still. And you get a double bonus. As a bronze, it's double the bonus of duplicator. It's about $200 at the end of the leadership period, which are 2 months long, and they're fixed periods in the year. Silver is the next rank. It's about $9,000 a month in volume, about 90 people active, and that's maximum 90 people, because if you have people buying more product, which a lot of people do because they need it, they have more people in the family who want to consume the product, they want to share the product, they're selling the product. But if we're talking, the minimum purchase of just 2 boxes a month, 90 people, and your silver, $9,000 a month in volume, and your bonus is $500. It's grown again. It's doubled again. Gold is the next rank with 300 people active maximum. We're talking about $30,000 a month in sales between you and your entire team. The bonus is $1,000 at the end of the leadership period. Platinum is the next rank, and this is a pretty interesting rank. Not only does your leadership bonus grow, not only is it double again, so you're making about $2,000 leadership bonus every 2 months, but as a platinum, that's when your car bonus kicks in, and that's when you can drive a BMW paid for by the company. It's about $60,000 a month in total organizational sales. It's not really that much, in all honesty. It's about maximum 600 people active purchasing a system every 4 weeks. Diamond is the next rank. Now we're talking about 1,200 people, about $120,000 a month in sales in your entire organization. And not only does your leadership bonus grow, maybe $3,500, but you also earned a trip to Paris for 2 as a diamond. We went to Paris in May of 2011 because we qualified for diamond in the first 6 months. Double diamond is the next rank, where you got a trip to Japan. Your leadership bonus grows. It's about $250,000 a month in volume in your entire team. Your leadership bonus now will be getting close to $5,000. There's a trip to Japan. My wife and I went on the trip to Japan because we qualified for double diamond 10 months after qualifying diamond. And there's a lot of other people achieving this. It's not just us. The next rank is triple diamond. Now we're talking about $500,000 a month in volume in your entire team. So your team is now really growing, and you can change your BMW for a Porsche. It can either be the SUV, can be a Boxster. It's your choice. You obviously have a much bigger leadership bonus as a triple diamond. My wife and I achieved triple diamond 10 months after hitting double diamond. Ambassador is the next rank. Now we're talking about $1 million a month in volume as an ambassador. We're actually pretty close to ambassador right now, and there's a trip to Dubai. The interesting thing about this rank is that there's one position that achieved it, and it's not a person. It's a foundation. The top rank with Sanki right now is a foundation, and this foundation is doing work with kids with cancer, street kids, disaster victims. They're putting together a program focused on education and peace in primary schools. They want to get a seat on the United Nations, this foundation. It's called Enlazando Esfuerzos Conjuntos. And it's just terrific, because each time somebody in our team are sharing this product, each time you're signing somebody up, every time you have somebody who's joining your team, joining your community, each time you're recommending this product or buying more product yourself, you're automatically helping this foundation work with kids with cancer, street kids, disaster victims, doing a lot of good work. As a matter of fact, thanks to this foundation, Sanki Global received an award from Switzerland based in peace. And it was the first time that this award was ever given to a company. As Crown Ambassador, there's a pair of Rolexes. Nobody has achieved that rank as yet. It's about close to $2 million a month in volume. It's just tremendous the opportunity that exists, because there's a lot of space at the top. Now, mind you, we do have a number of people who have achieved all the ranks up to ambassador. And we can actually have a look at that in just a second. So we have a very balanced plan, a very accessible plan. It's a plan that's very achievable, 50% payout, very, very generous. And this plan has something for everybody. Whether you want an extra $500 a month, whether you want an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, whether you want to put in more of an effort and make 3 to 5 and beyond, it's available to you. We personally have a lot of people in our team duplicating the success, which is tremendous, because in our career we were usually the ones who achieved the top ranks and earned some very interesting incomes, and we usually had one other person who also earned a pretty interesting income. Interesting income to me is $20,000 a month and beyond. But here at Sanki we have 5 people who've achieved an interesting income in the first 3 years. In the first 3 years, 165,000 people have joined Sanki, 165,000 only in Mexico. We've delivered 50 cars in the first 3 years, 45 trips to Paris, 45 people have traveled to Paris with the company, 30 trips to Japan, 30 people have traveled to Japan as double diamonds, delivered 4 high-end cars at a triple diamond level and beyond. So again, people are making it happen, and we're just coming to the US. You can be the first. The time of the pioneers. So, as mentioned, to get involved with Sanki, $205 for the executive pack, shipping and handling and taxes, $230 total. Premium pack, $285 with shipping and taxes. We're looking at $305. Very, very affordable. Where else can you get a business for $300 with the potential to earn a tremendous, tremendous income? Now, I'd like to, document a little bit of what's been happening in the incubation and gestation period in Mexico. As mentioned, we've gone through a very successful period, and in preparation for our global expansion and our expansion to the U.S. And this here's a photo of an auditorium of our last conference that was held at the end of February 2013, February 23rd and 24th. And it's a pretty big room, isn't it? Did we fill it? Let's see. Did we fill it? Yeah, we filled it. Look, this is the same conference room. Here you can see on the screen hígado graso, which means fatty liver. We had a doctor, Dr. Ludwig Johnson from Venezuela, who's educated at the Harvard School of Medicine, talking about the benefits of these products. And he's not even associated with Sanki. He's an independent doctor, but he truly understands metabolic syndrome, and he understands what our products do. At this conference, we also had guests from overseas. Here you can see the Japanese drums. The theme of the conference was Omotanashi, which means service at its pinnacle, service at its highest level. Here are some more of the Japanese drums. It was just a tremendous, tremendous conference. Some of our guests from overseas, scientists talking about the products. Some of our technology, very high tech. This is fermentation equipment. And then, now here comes the fun part. These are the winners. These are the people who are making it happen in the first 3 years. Tremendous. You can see all the car bonuses. You can see the trips to Japan. Just tremendous, tremendous. Here's our Diamond Club. Pretty good, right? Now, 60 to 70% of the Diamond Club are on our team. Here we have Raul, we have Felipe, Claudia, Grizel, David, Leslie, Rafa. A lot of people achieving. These are all diamonds and above. Diamonds and above. Dr. Alejandro Ariza is in front there, and Dr. Ariza is a medical doctor. He's a surgeon. He's a psychiatrist, but he's also an international conference speaker. And he has 11 books. Has written 11 books, and one of those books was written exclusively for Sanki, and it's based on leadership. It's based on building the business. It's based on increasing self-esteem. It's based on increasing confidence. He's kind of like our own personal Jim Rohn, which is really important because we're all about personal development. We're all about helping people better themselves, through education, through our products with physical health, and through our compensation plan with financial health.